The place I'm in right now is England's first mosque. This mosque was established by Sheikh Abdullah Kuliam, and he opened this mosque 25th of December 1889.
It's a gem for the British Isles because Islam started here. It brought together more and more young people visiting mosques and attending Friday prayers just for the fact that Mo Salah's going.
Mo has brought together children of all faiths, groups, colour, and we are all proud of him. He's a formidable figure in British football, and he's also a formidable figure playing a vital role in the communities. He's an absolute positive role model for the Muslim and non-Muslim community here in the UK and around the world.
It's fantastic to have him around. He's Muslim and he is doing all the things what Muslims are doing before a game, washing procedures and stuff like that. So we come a minute or 2 minutes earlier in the dressing room that he can be ready for the game. Like Sadio, by the way, like Emre Can, by the way, they all do that.
If he's good enough for you, he's good enough for me. He scores another game, then I'll be Muslim too.
And one of the many fan chants about Salah has gone viral.
The chant also says, I want to be sitting where he's sitting. And he's sitting in a mosque, then that's where I want to be. And I think that's resonated not only with the non-Muslim community, but also with the Muslim community.
It brings fun to our lives. He brings positive images of everything that's in Islam, in games, and in people.
We're seeing an individual who leads his life the right way. He goes back to his family. He doesn't drink. You don't see him falling out of nightclubs. He's a fantastic role model, whatever your religious faith.
He has changed the perception of some of the negative belief that people have about the Islamic faith. This is the model that we're looking forward for whole of Britain, really. People like him who can bring us all together. I think Mo has given us a gift that we will not forget.
Liverpool entered the last 8 of the Champions League, unbeaten, but a far sterner test was predicted as the runaway Premier League leaders came to Anfield.
I think Liverpool were the one team that probably Manchester City wouldn't have wanted to face.
This game promises so much, it can't disappoint, can it?
Impossible. I mean, with 2 forward lines that we're going to see on show tonight, we expect goals.
Anfield that night was an absolute fever pitch.
Given the fact that Man City was so far clear in the league, you'd have thought that City would be massive favourites, but I don't think any of us really saw it that way.
And I've seen teams come to Anfield and quake in the boots. I really have.
Here's Firmino, saved by Ederson, and then on the follow-up it's Salah! First blood to Liverpool!
When we started getting at them and the crowd was getting them, they collapsed. Without doubt, they collapsed.
It's Oxlade-Chamberlain. He can hit one! Oh, he can hit one!
Liverpool was so forceful, so dynamic, so dominant.
And Liverpool are running riot here in the Champions League!
It was like a whirlwind, wasn't it? And it does irritate fans of other clubs when we in the media or Liverpool fans go on about special nights at Anfield. But we go on about it and it's a cliche because it's true.
We all like to talk about how going into the next game it can change, but really 2 Premier League teams, if one's leading 3-0, they shouldn't lose 3 or 4-0 in the next game.
Here's a chance for Sterling to run, and he can tee up Jesus, and that's the start they wanted.
And I think for Liverpool fans, they'll think the most important goal that he scored was the goal that he scored at Manchester City. At the time, Liverpool were 1-0 down, under the cosh. They weren't struggling, but Man City was still very much in the game.
Oxlade-Chamberlain, now Salah. Here's Sadio Mane, he's in here for Liverpool. Was he touched? Mo Salah can pick up the pieces and score. It's an away goal, and Liverpool's grip on the tie is strengthened now.
Like most good centre-forwards who score goals, very calculated at times, know when to strike, know when to have another touch or a feint, and never ever panic.
And it's in, and that's surely the goal now. Scored by Roberto Firmino to take Liverpool through to the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Another evening, another awards ceremony for Mohamed Salah. After winning the Players' Player of the Year and the Liverpool Player of the Year, he arrived in London to receive the award from the journalists, for whom he provided copy all season.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your Footballer of the Year for 2018, Mo Salah.
I voted for him as FWA Footballer of the Year for two reasons. First, obviously, the way he packs out stadiums, the way he gets fans on the edge of their seats, standing, singing his name. But I think also for what he stands for as an individual, the humility. I just think there's a class about the man.
What does it mean to you to win this award?
I'm always happy when I feel I achieve something, I get award, so I work hard for that. I always want to help my team, so I'm always happy to win award. To be honest, the players, they have the quality is unbelievable, and I'm very proud to be part of the team and to play with them.
He performs, and you say that about the very best players, the Messis, the Ronaldos. Listen, I'm not actually making a comparison directly with them, but in terms of what he does, he influences games, and he makes an impact.
Liverpool's a football club which wants heroes. Because of, I think, the lack of success of the team, they kind of put all their hopes and dreams into one player. He's become a symbol of Klopp's Liverpool.
From the media, it's praise and respect. From the Liverpool fans, it's pure adoration.
It's just been unbelievable, unbelievable.
I've never seen a player like Salah. He takes about 3 or 4 defenders with him every time.
He scores so many goals, he's the Egyptian king.
The fans don't just look at the player, I think they look at the person as well.
Thank you, Mo Salah.
You play alongside very good players. You know, the quality is different for each one. It makes it easy for me, and you know, I'm very happy and pleased to play alongside them.
He doesn't do many interviews and he doesn't speak much, and I think they like that. They like the fact that, you know, he just goes and does his talking on the pitch.
He's just hit the ground running. It's great to get a signing that just comes in and is great immediately.
He's brilliant, yes.
Yeah, he's awesome. Fantastic. What we need is
just hope he stays.
They've taken him to their hearts. I think, you know, they love the way that you know, he gives everything for the shirt.
He brings the team together. He finishes the team off. He's the pinnacle of the team.
He's just Mo Salah.
The Egyptian king, without a shadow of a doubt, the best.
Sadio Mane's not going to do it. He's going all the way. He's going all the way. He's going to score. What a goal!
You know, it's amazing how he's been, and that's what the supporters love. You know, they love someone like that. You know, he can just walk around town and everything. You know, he walks into a chippy.
You have to pay. Charity shop failing down. His personality as well has really kind of endeared him to Liverpool fans. He's a hard worker, which is important in Liverpool because Liverpool's a city which really believes in community. Mo Salah really embraces that.
You want the person on the pitch to care as much as you do. And he does, you can see it, the work he puts in. It's not just about the goals.
Mo's journey that he was on in Egypt and hearing about all the time that it took him to get to training, the incredible efforts that he went to, very much fits, I think, with the mould of players that we like. I don't think that we really appreciate people if we think that they've maybe had it easy. And Mo's definitely not had it easy.
There's been lots of songs for him already because the fans love him, so lots of different ones, but I just love the James one. And Mo Salah, running down the wing.
It's a very catchy song, and you know, it's endeared him, you know, which a song that'll always be remembered in folklore, you know, where Liverpool fans are concerned.
Fate and football go hand in hand. With Mo Salah, now one of the hottest properties in the world, it was time to face the team he'd left just 8 months previously.
Now semis, like the quarterfinal already, just an opportunity. Go out there and play football.
There have been some memorable nights here at Anfield over the years. Will tonight be another one?
I'm looking through the Liverpool starting 11. It's the biggest night of their careers so far, and they have to deliver.
The eyes of the world were on him because it was his old team, because he was in really good form, because of the semi-final. And, you know, he was there, he stepped up to deliver again, didn't he?
Mo Salah goes for it again! Oh, Mo Salah!
First goal was completely out of the top drawer in terms of ability and technique.
I mean, you could put 3 goalkeepers in there and wouldn't have saved it.
Couldn't have got it any further into the top corner. The one after is almost just as good.
One of the most prominent journalists in Italian football said, you know, it was a horror movie. From the 25th minute to the 68th, Liverpool were completely unplayable.
He tormented his old club that night. You know, 2 goals, 2 assists. Yet again, Liverpool's match winner.
Salah's stunning first-leg performance had virtually guaranteed a place in the final. Back at his former home, his team just had to get the job done. But nothing with Liverpool is ever a formality.
It does fall for Wijnaldum, and Liverpool get a second goal.
You know, they were 2-1 up at half-time. That's 7-3 on aggregate. You know, the game should have been completely over.
And they get one back.
7-6 was never a true reflection of what we've seen over the 2 legs.
That's it. Kiev, here they come.
They weren't a fancy team at the beginning. No one in that dressing room could have told you that they'd been going to the Champions League final. No one would have expected it. But once you get a bit of momentum behind you, especially in tournament football, it can be hard to stop, and they are living proof of that.
Liverpool are into the Champions League final for the 8th time in club history.
And that final is almost upon us. With only a few days to go until the showdown with Real Madrid, the eyes of the world are on Mo Salah and Liverpool.
He has the quality, he has this world-class experience already, and when you look Messi, Ronaldo, it's Mo Salah, you know, he deserves to be at the top 3.
It's one of the more important games in our career. And of course it will be not easy because we know they have experience, and we respect them a lot, but we're gonna go there and try to win the game.
Very exciting journey so far, and now we want to bring it to a best possible end. We have a chance, and that's why I think let's give it a try.
With 17 European Cups between them, this is a battle of 2 genuine European heavyweights.
And that is it. Real Madrid are into their 4th final in the last 5 years.
It's really tough to decide who might win the final in Kiev. If you looked at the 2 teams' performances this season, you'd make Liverpool a very strong favourite. They've been terrific, consistent, scored a lot of goals. Whereas you look at Real Madrid this season, they've been nothing like as strong as they've been in previous seasons.
But it's one of those hard ones to predict because 2 great teams playing very freely. One thing I would predict is goals.
What Liverpool have is they have that fearlessness. There are no expectations on them. They've had a great run, great momentum, and they've got 3 players in attacking positions that can hurt you. If they can win the Champions League, I think it gives everyone belief. And I think, you know, if they sign maybe 1 or 2 more players, I think you're looking at the Premier League next year.
I want Liverpool to win. That's really one of our main aims, and we'll be eagerly watching that match, and inshallah, by the grace of God, we will win.
Obviously everyone's going on about that, it's him versus Ronaldo or whatever, but he is someone now who I feel will just relish that opportunity.
It's only 1 game, it's not long, it's just 1 step, so we have to keep fighting, and you know, I'm excited, and everyone in the city and the team is excited about that, so let's see.
Whatever happens in Kiev, Mo Salah's sensational season is in the record books forever.
I'm really excited to see whether he can hit these numbers again, because the numbers he's hit this season, I think they're unique, and I think he's having the season of a lifetime. I don't want to say I doubt it, but I'd be surprised if he hit the same numbers year in, year out.
Will he get 40 goals next season? Probably not. If he does, fantastic. But, you know, people will try to work him out.
He has to evolve now. He has to learn something a bit different. But if he wants to become a great, like the Messis, like the Ronaldos, people are expecting to get at least 20 next year, and that's how he has to keep on going now. If he wants to become a great at Liverpool and a great across the world, that's what he's going to have to be doing.
This guy, all of a sudden, I think is genuinely in the conversation to be the first African winner of the Ballon d'Or since George Weah.
When will this fairy tale story end? How will it end? Will it continue at the World Cup stage? Every Egyptian will want it to continue.
I just hope he sees Liverpool as a final destination and not a stepping stone to one of the Spanish giants.
If he's going to leave Liverpool, he's going to go to a Spanish team, obviously, Barcelona, Real Madrid. I don't know if he'll be the superstar there. He'll be fighting for that superstar position. He's got that at Liverpool.
For me, I think he loves Liverpool. Liverpool love him. You know, the fans love him and everything, and hopefully he's there for many, many years.
There are not 10 better places in the world of football than Liverpool. Huh? If you go for the weather, then maybe Spain is a good idea. If you go, I don't know, if you want to see the Eiffel Turm, then you have to go to Paris. My thought is that he loves it here, and I'm as sure as I can be that he wants to stay here.
The way I look at it, you get really, really good footballers, and then you get 5 or 6 players that are on a different planet. And I think Mo's having one of them seasons now where he deserves to be in that, you know, that elite 5 or 6 top players. It's the start of greatness, and I think if he stays about, I think he's got it in him to become a great.